Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you're coming from. My name's Dan. I'm going to start something new here today. I do read the Bible every day, and I just wanted to share with others out there and do a little experiment, I guess. So I'm going to read the Gospel of John, which is exactly where I am starting in my daily reading plan throughout the year. And we can see this here. I have an excerpt from my King James Version Bible. It has the 1 year reading plan in the back of it. And so it has, starting out on January 1st, all the way through 2 pages of daily reading suggestions. I originally bought the King James Version because I read it in 2024. According to this schedule, I did miss one day and I made up for it the day after. So yeah, 364 out of 365 days I followed this daily reading plan. And I continue to follow it in 2025. Today is May 9th, 2025, by the way. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to read the Gospel of John, which is going to take me through the rest of May. So today's May 9th. I'm starting right here. So in the mornings, according to this plan, you read from the New Testament, and in the evenings, you read from the Old Testament. So I'm going to record reading the Gospel of John. I'm not going to record reading the King James Version. I invite anybody who wants to, but I'm going to be reading from the New Living Translation, or NLT. And inside my physical copy of the New Living Translation, the author is John the Apostle, who is the son of Zebedee and the brother of James the Apostle. And when it was written was right around the year 90. So around 90 AD it was written. The content, we have a little brief description before we get into the first chapter and first verses. Each gospel was written with a different agenda in mind, but only John, the disciple Jesus loved, from verse 21:20, made his agenda explicit. But these are written so that you may continue to believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing in him you will have life. 20:31. Because of this goal, John's gospel has a different flavor than the other 3 gospels. John was less concerned with Jesus' actions than with what his actions said about him. John speaks of Jesus' miracles as signs, and he records lengthy teachings of Jesus, including 7 I am statements about himself. John opens his gospel with an account of the pre-existent Christ, in quotes, the Word, the unique Son of God, who became human and made God the Father known to us. After recounting some details of John the Baptist and his ministry, John describes Jesus' baptism. At this point, the general outline of John's gospel breaks sharply from those of the other 3 gospels, rearranging some of the events and including different material. For instance, John's gospel records more than 1 trip to Jerusalem by Jesus, unlike the other Gospels. After a lengthy description of Jesus' Last Supper with his disciples, John's Gospel records Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. The book closes with some encounters between Jesus and his disciples. So to take a quick look back at the plan, so if we zoom back in and look at today, May 9th, we're going to read John 1-28. In the beginning, the Word already existed. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He existed in the beginning with God. God created everything through him, and nothing was created except through him. The Word gave life to everything that was created, or nothing that was created except through him. So I love how they have these little annotations you can use inside of the Blue Letter Bible here. The Word gave life to everything that was created, and his life brought light to everyone. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it. God sent a man, John the Baptist, to tell about the light so that everyone might believe because of his testimony. John himself was not the light. He was simply a witness to tell about the light. The one who is true light who gives light to everyone, was coming into the world. He came into the very world he created, but the world didn't recognize him. He came to his own people, and even they rejected him. But to all who believed him and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. They are reborn, not with physical birth, resulting from human passion or plan, but a birth that comes from God. So the Word became human and made his home among us. He was full of unfailing love and faithfulness, and we have seen his glory, the glory of the Father's one and only Son. John testified about this when he shouted to the crowds, "This is the one I was talking about when I said, 'Someone is coming after me who is far greater than I am, for he existed long before me.'" From his abundance, we have all received one gracious blessing after another. For the law was given through Moses, but God's unfailing love and faithfulness came through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, but the unique one, who is himself God, is near to the Father's heart. He is revealed God to us. Now we have the testimony of John the Baptist. This was John's testimony when the Jewish leaders sent priests and temple assistants to Jerusalem to ask John, "Who are you?" He came right out and said, "I am not the Messiah." "Well then, who are you?" they asked. "Are you Elijah?" "No," he replied. "Are you the prophet we are expecting?" "No." "Then who are you? We need an answer for those who sent us. What do you have to say about yourself?" John replied in the words of the prophet Isaiah, "I am a voice shouting in the wilderness, 'Clear the way for the Lord's coming.'" Then the Pharisees, who had been sent, asked him, "If you aren't the Messiah, or Elijah the prophet, what right do you have to baptize?" John told them, "I baptize with water, but right here, in the crowd, is someone you do not recognize. Though his ministry follows mine, I'm not even worthy to be his slave and untie the straps of his sandal." This encounter took place in Bethany, an area east of the Jordan River, where John was baptizing. And that, my friends, is the reading for the morning of May 9th, 2025. I hope you'll join me for the rest of the month. Have a great day, and God bless.